Magnolia still in this. Paul Lee ties the game with a 4!
But he missed. But Paul Lee, as soon as he crossed.
The best 4-point shooter in the PBA and by far just made the biggest one. Oh, the 49th season PBA Philippine Cup to tie the game at 88. Now a smaller defender will be tasked to go up against Xavier Lucero and Calvin Oftana. The pull-up is good for Paul Lee. Paul Lee showing us the hit, slight step back to create space against the defense of R.R. Pugoy. And now a timeout for the TNT Tropang 5G. TNT ice cold from the three-point distance. Paul Lee for 4. It's not the most prolific 4-point shooter of the conference. Open. They don't force any of the shots to get that kind of quality.
Pero alam mo yung range na yan, hindi lahat yan meron.
Absolutely.
Playing at 100 miles an hour, Jerome Lastimosa to Paul Lee. Lee relocates for 4. Paul Lee! Have been an issue in this game for the TNT Tropang 5G, and this is an issue. You take a look at the shot from Paul Lee, a big booming 4. Hit a 3 a while ago. 7 points in the quarter here for Paul Lee in the past few possessions.
And that's why we have Pugoy quickly returning back to the game, because
Magnolia looking for a minor miracle, and they'll go through 4-pointers from Paul Lee, who drains 1-4. Well, you know what? This team has really embraced the 4-point line. Probably the best out of all the PBA teams here.
it's part of their offense. And then off the turnover, and you're up 16.
You basically take away maybe even 2 possessions in terms of the offense here for Magnolia. And that's a big basket there. A 4-pointer for Paul Lee. So making sure that they play all the way. Let's take a look at this again.
That was an excellent timeout by Coach Jong Yuchigo. You see the 4 of Paul Lee.
Quick seal inside. Lucero showing his strength once again.
Fresh off the trade, that's how Calvin Abueva goes to the North Port Batang Pierre. Paul Lee lines up a 4. Bang!
And talking about the 4-point shot, Magnolia has really taken advantage.
With Lucero being covered by Balongay. That was actually a good defensive stat from Kai. And Paul Lee driving strong inside against RJ Azul.
Tremendous shooter from the outside. But what's going to happen if he puts the ball down? RJ Azul must be able to keep in step, stay in front. No driving lanes for Paul Lee. He's not the same in terms of...
Why not? That's his specialty.
Mark Baroka again. Calvin Abueva on the attack. Paul Lee looking for another 4. Oh, yeah, he got it! Paul Lee dialed in from beyond not 1, but 2 marks today.
The 4-point line.
They are 5 of 8 from beyond 4-point land, Coach. Joshua Munzon pulls up for 3 again. That time missed everything.
A bad shot that time. Again, the discipline will come to play here.
Oh, Paul Lee, that's a 4. Oh, my goodness. Paul Lee, yet again.
5 remaining. Jerome to Sangala to Lucero. Xavier inside. Bothered. Paul Lee to be the buzzer. It's gone.
A very strong run from Mark Baroka.
Here's Paul Lee finding him Sangalang. Great ball movement here. Jerome Lastimosa finds Paul Lee. He relocates for 4. Lee gets it! Pero naman si Paul Lee. Paul Lee, the spin. The emergency pass and a good finish coming from the Magnolia Hotshots. See, but a foul on the drive. Let's watch that again. So Paul Lee with the spin, a very pretty spin, runs into trouble, and the emergency pass to Xavier Lucero was able to get to it.
Interesting. They're 55%. Can you imagine them shooting better from 3 than from 2?
Calvin Abueva getting away. Let's take a look at this again. Paul Lee, the play provider here, waiting for Calvin Abueva to get away with that screen with Ian Sangalang.
This is a good thing that the PBA is going to do on a more consistent basis, just traveling. The PBA on tour was a staple historically for the PBA. Usually we do it every Saturday. And
Magnolia with possession here. That's a 4-point
go.
shot.
Wow.
Boy, he makes that look like a free throw.
Yeah, exactly. Yep,
4
turnover
on
here.
3. They go to the wing. Inside.
Another point shot.
Bang! The Bolts need to talk things over. They're running out of time. Exactly 6 minutes remaining here in this ball game.
As long as he is okay defensively, it would be a good game for him. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thanks a lot, Bell.
Oh.
Look at that huge 4. That's another one here for Magnolia.
That's his third 4-pointer. And that's a long 4-pointer. If there was a 5-point shot, that could have been a 5-point shot.
This is actually the biggest lead in the ball game now. Another one.
Oh, wow.
Bang! Outrageous shooting here from Paul Lee.
Baroka, the extra pass. Lastimosa inside, kick out pass. Paul Lee for 4. Oh!
San Miguel. My goodness, that's Paul Lee, the lethal weapon.
What a time for it to finally come. The first 4-point conversion of Magnolia in this contest, courtesy of Paul Lee.
Blackwater has a very deep rotation with their guards.
Paul Lee, the leaner, signature shot for the lethal weapon.
Beautiful shot coming from Paul Lee that time.
Let's look now at BJ Andrade wearing a different jersey coming into this match. Paul Lee has won it. Now he is the leading scorer of this game with 9 points already. Hand off to Paul Lee. Lucero goes to the Euro, gets the N1.
Lucero is just so quick.
As Justin Chua extended the arm, admitting to the error. And now Lucero is on the line for another. They will go back to Ian Sangalang against Chua. Double team comes for him. They swing the ball. Paul Lee did not want to take the 4, takes a 3 instead, and it's gone. Malilin runs into trouble. Another throwaway there. They go on the drive. Lastimosa with a fake pass in the bucket.
Little bit of a Pinoy step right there for Jerome. If he has the shot, that he can take those shots. 11 points already, 3 boards and 2 assists in this game so far for Jerome Lastimosa.
Faking Bearfield off of his boots with that Pinoy step. Beautiful move coming from Jerome. As he extends there.
He's known to want to run, but the pace has been controlled by the Hotshots. Lucero 3-ball on the way. That's his third one of the ball game.
The big when he flares, because the rotation, if it's a ball-to-ball rotation.
Strong drive, but he comes up empty. Counter-attack here for Magnolia. De La Rosa bounces it to Paul Lee. Leaner is good off the bank.
Here's Jason Perkins. Can also pass the rock very well, trying to back down from De La Rosa. And able to loop that shot over James Lapsley. And it doesn't matter what the score is, they're going to try to win every single quarter. As Jerome Lastimosa unable to get going yet, and Paul Lee with an easy 2 after getting away from Rafi Verano. And you're absolutely right, Coach. It's really the offensive rebounding that has let them down as Paul Lee gets the shooter's bounce. Here's Lastimosa finding Paul Lee in the corner. And the coach, when you
a master in terms of using the ball screens, but where is he in tonight's ball game? 22 points in the previous one against Meralco, but only 4 tonight.
4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, and you like how Terrafirma has been attacking the defense of Magnolia, but not at that time. That's a clear miscommunication right there. Who was supposed? We've got a deadlock at 19 all.
He sneaks in that last play. As Alfaro takes his own shot and gets his own rebound. Paul Lee, yes sir,
That's
gets the three
painful.
back.
That was already stopped coming from Terra Firma, but they allowed Alfaro to get that rebound coming from Calvin Abueva, and after that big rebound, a setup job.
Cross-court pass, that's dangerous.
Yep.
Lastimosa on the break. Finds Lee. He will still launch despite the fact that the defense was set. Lastimosa looking for space.
That's actually a good matchup. Cancino versus Lastimosa.
That's a great pass.
Wow. Again, breakdown on defense by Meralco.
Shot clock down to 2. For Lee. What a move.
Yes, that's really how the offense is designed. You need a big who takes threes, as we take a look at that three-pointer by
Paul Lee using a pick from Ribas. Paul Lee, the crossover. Lucero wide open for 3. Splash!
That's great offense. You put Paul Lee.
Magnolia will make sure to keep everything in check on both ends. Unang-una, malimit ang Northport to just 90 points. At pangalawa, i-improve ang shot selection nila to have over 45% field goal percentage. Gentlemen?
Lost the ball. Again, I'll go back to what I said earlier before the break. The lack of discipline. They started this game really well. They were up for most of the time until they started fouling made by Joshua Monson, although he missed, but that was a clear shot.
You're absolutely right, Coach. And the thing with the Northport Batang pair is that they are actually one of the best assist-giving teams. As Alfaro gets a 4-pointer to fall.
Tried to do a Gio Halalon there, but just missed that easy layup.
And Gio Halalon tried to do Mark Baroka there, but missed the jumper.
Correct.
Here's Mark. Stop, pop, push shot, no good. Paul Lee with a follow. Paul Lee swings that around. Xavier Lucero wants 3, and he'll get it. Yeah, let's take a look at that again. Paul Lee finding Zabe, and Xavier Lucero with a big triple. And here it is, almost a turnover, and finally completed. Paul Lee, left by his lonesome, gets a 2. 10 points in a quarter by himself. Paul Lee, 2 4-pointers in that fast break.
A little bit more difficult. Paul Lee will go inside and score.
We go the other way. It's 4-on-4, and that time Zabe Lucero gambled and won. Zabe Lucero wide open corner. Paul Lee, that's a layup for Paul.
And that's why you can switch this, because Pugoy is a tough defender and can switch into the big men of Magnolia.
Oh, Xavier Lucero.
The 3 in this quarter. There's that 3 from Xavier Lucero, doing it from just about every.
Here's Paul Lee. Gonna find to Lucero in the interior. Oh, and what an up and under move.
Thank you so much for that report, Bell. And you can see how different coaches set up different situations as Paul Lee makes a 3 here. Only one starter remaining for Coach Chotres in Calvin Oftana. Xavier Lucero from the corner. He shoots a tremendous percentage from the 3-point range.
Just to survive. Remember that BGR was not able to see action in that matchup against. And again, I reiterate, did not score in quarter 1. Only had 2 attempts, but very aggressive here and extremely efficient.
Especially that this zone is really working well for Northport.
And speaking of the running game here, we're running the other way as Zabe Lucero will get the finish.
Eventually for this franchise in the near future.
Rainbow. It's good for Paul Lee. That will be his first bucket.
Coming from the ageless Rafi Rivas. This one. Ang hirap naman nung catch and shoot dyan. Maski ulit-ulitin mo yan. Coming from a pin down. Ang hirap i-shoot yan sa layo.
Here's Paul Lee. Big pick there come from Sangalang and switch on Ramirez. Ramirez, he knows it's going to be hard staying in front of Paul Lee. And Paul Lee scores off the board.
We're back here in the second quarter, 3:47 remaining.
22-point lead for the Hotshots. Paul Lee made 1 4 earlier. Make that another 4 for Lee. Lastimosa. Lee, another 4. He missed the first one, makes the second.
To finish with his left hand. But that's a good one. Look at this ball reversal first, no? Coming from Lastimosa.